living with tinnitus free because there is no cure for tinnitus, and yet there's hundreds of videos on YouTube and other sites claiming that they have got a cure. And a lot of these people are claiming that they're experts and doctors or nurses or professors, and that they have cures, and they want you to try whatever they've got, and 9 times out of 10 you're going to pay for it and pay a lot of money for it. But there is no cure. I've suffered with tinnitus for years, and I've looked into this tinnitus, and I know a lot of other people who suffer with tinnitus because I used to work in the mines. I'm an ex-miner. I'm now 60 years of age, and I've suffered with tinnitus since I was 50 years of age, and over the years it's got worse, but now it's slowly easing off a bit because there's no cure for it, but you can find ways to cope with it, to live with it. Even as I'm speaking now, my ears are ringing like anything because I've been out on a nice long walk, and walks do relax me. They do help me with my tinnitus, not just walking but swimming as well. But because I've been doing housework now on top of that, I've pushed my body to the limit, and that triggers my tinnitus off, and now it's ringing loud. Because the only way you can cope with tinnitus is being able to relax as much as you can. Of course, it's easy for me to say now because I'm a retired miner, but if I was working in a stressful job, it would not be good for my tinnitus. And also, you've got to eat the right food as well. You see, it's a balance of eating the right food, doing the right exercises, learning to relax. My doctor, over a year ago, because I was on to him all the time about my tinnitus, he gave me these tablets that helped calm me down. There was a big name to these tablets, Procozones or something, right? A massive name to them, and they calmed me down. They gave me a kind of a high when I was on them, but he then wanted me to come off them, and I had a lot of trouble coming off those tablets, and that triggered my tinnitus worse again because I'd got so used to these tablets. So if ever you are on tablets, or if you're taking anything for your tinnitus, there'll be no cure for your tinnitus. The tablets will help you cope for a time, but as time goes on, you'll get immune to those tablets, and the tablets won't work. So try not to be on any tablets, and if you are on tablets, come off them. And I know it's a battle coming off them, especially then when the tinnitus goes worse. It took me about 3 months to come off the tablets, and it took me another 3 months to get my body back to its original formation and shape, and able to cope with tinnitus the way I want to cope with it, because there is no cure. You just got to cope with it the way you can cope with it. But I found a combination of exercising, swimming, and eating a lot of fruit. Try and eat as much fruit as you can, especially banana. Now, banana is good for your tinnitus. Try and eat as much fruit and bran food. You see, what I've discovered about tinnitus is that if you do the right exercises to help you relax and eat the right food like fruit and high bran stuff, then that will help you relax, and you'll be able to cope with your tinnitus. And it'll also help you sleep at night, because of course sleeping at night is a problem when you've got tinnitus, because your ears are constantly ringing when you're laying there in bed. But you do get used to it, you see, and you live with it. You get used to live with it, as long as you try not to notice that it's there. I know it's easy to say, but when you're laying there in bed and your ears are ringing, and you're going to try and pretend that it's not there, just think about something else, or whatever, because if you think about the tinnitus, it will go worse. So try and not think about it. It's easier said than done, but it's something you learn to do, and it's something that you well, you'll be better off, because there are times I can spend days and forget that I've got trouble with my tinnitus. And then there are days like now, because I've pushed myself doing a bit of housework after doing a walk, it can trigger it off again. And also because I am doing a video about it, I'm now talking about it, and because I'm talking about it, I'm thinking about it, and because I'm thinking about it, I can hear my ears ringing, you see. But I'm also into computer games. I love playing computer games, you see, which takes my mind off tinnitus. And I've become an author. Now, believe it or not, suffering with tinnitus has helped me become an author, because I do a lot of internet dating, and it's helped me do a book about it. And once I started doing the book, I got into the book, right? I started forgetting about my tinnitus, and I started writing my book, and it did me the world of good, because I was writing all the time and thinking about what I was going to write about, you see. And this is my book, Internet Dating King's Diaries. And this is me on the cover and my tiger bed. And there's my name there, Clive Worth. Okay, if you Google my name, Clive Worth, you'll see I've been popular for my internet dating, not just in the UK, but all over the world. I've been on BBC American TV, Australia TV, all over the world. And I can thank tinnitus, believe it or not, for this, because when you start writing a book, you're thinking about all the time what you're going to write, and you forget you've got tinnitus. And to me, this is what it's all about. There's no cure to tinnitus, but you learn to live with it and to forget about it. You've got to do something to forget about it. I'm also now writing another book, okay? And this is, by the way, my second book. I'm also writing another book, and on top of that, I do a lot of chatting and dating online, and I'm also into games. Every night for about an hour and a half, I start playing a game on my Xbox 360. Now, I play adventure games, not shoot 'em up games. Anyway, I get into my game and I forget about tinnitus. And to be honest, like I just said, most days I forget that I've got tinnitus. I don't really notice it's there. So take my word for it. I'm giving you this advice for free, okay? Because most people on internet, especially YouTube, will give you advice and want you to buy whatever they recommend you, tablets or whatever. But try not to go on tablets, because I was on tablets over a year ago and I had trouble coming off the tablets. And if you are on tablets, come off them. It's going to be a battle to come off them, but come off them and try not to depend on tablets. And don't turn to alcohol, because I was also an alcoholic, okay? Tinnitus did drive me to drink, and I became an alcoholic. And I soon found that I had a bigger battle again than coming off alcohol, and my tinnitus played up. So try not to turn to alcohol, okay? And try not to turn to tablets or spend money on how to, well, help your tinnitus in any way, because at the end of the day, you've got to do it yourself. You've got to do it yourself. You've got to learn to cope with it and live with it. And once you start learning to cope with it and living with it, your life will be a lot better, improved, and honest to God, you will be a lot happier and better person for it. But you've got to train yourself to do just that. And like everything in life, everything starts off hard at the beginning, but as you progress, you'll enjoy it and you'll feel better for it. Okay?